the last time on the show, I talked to a family member recently. He's like, I don't do the risky things. So I may never be rich, but I won't never be broke. Welcome back, folks. It is episode 52, which implies a full year of this show. Of consistent episodes, even though we're probably over a year because we got a lot of bonuses in there. But yeah, so thanks for coming along on this ride and stick with us because more great things to come. Today we're gonna have a little fun and define what rich means. Wealthy, rich, these type of things. But before we get into that, what's good, Walt?
What's good? What's goody with you, bro? I'm good. Chilling
like a villain. No doubt. Just aging ourselves with these sayings.
I made my first chopped cheese at home.
For all you New Yorkers out there.
And it was all right. I'm dating a New Yorker and she said it was pretty solid. So she didn't work out with me.
Well, check out Walt because he put out a big back challenge on TikTok. Talk about make a chopped cheese with 2 grilled cheese sandwiches.
Yeah, I want to see somebody do it, bro. It'd probably be so good. You don't have to eat it every day. Just hey, just once a year, just make something.
Once a year,
big back, bro.
No doubt.
Good.
Yeah, man, I'm good. Yeah, I'm good, bro. Good. Just getting my second wind, or my 100th wind for that matter. Just coming out of that restful period, I'm feeling motivated and back in. Like I was telling Walt, I was telling Walt offline that I just was stuck in a rest I didn't want to do no extra work because this is extra work we have 9 to 5s, right? Doing this show, prepping, all the things we do is extra. So, and
we love it.
Because we don't stop the show. I guess more so on the other things that we have planned. That's where I was just like, I don't want to sit on my computer right now. I want to sit on my couch. You know what I mean? So I'm now finally kind of coming out of that, and I could take my, anywho, just coming out of that restful period and feeling good about things, and man, that's about it.
Yeah, man. Recharged.
Yo.
And refocus. Ready to go, man.
Word up. So let's get into what are we talking about in some current event updates today?
So I just wanted to toss out prayers to everybody in LA that's impacted by what's going on out there right now and everything. So definitely, reach out to us, let us know what's going on. If you're listening to this show and you want to help, I'm sure you can find out ways to help and stuff like that. So please let's do our part, because we do this for the people and we do this to empower each other and we all we got, so let's do that. But I wanted to talk about things that people waste money on.
Oh,
I'm going to be short and sweet.
Okay.
So, I searched it and looked it up and it said these are the things that people waste money on.
Oh,
those unnecessary subscriptions, services,
mm-hmm.
software trials that you forget about.
Yep. How to get
free trial, 14-day free trial. 20-day free trial.
The longer the free trial, the more you're going to forget about it. Yep.
And, this was interesting. This next one. Unused office supplies that employees may buy for themselves and then just never use it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can see that.
Frequent eating out. When you don't need to. You definitely don't need to eat out.
We never need to eat out. That one is for me. And not to get stuck on it, we'll move past. But for me, if you intentionally want to eat, I feel like you have to make a decision as a person and as a family. Do you want to eat out? Then eat out then don't buy groceries, right? Don't buy a lot of groceries. If you're going to eat out, then that's where your grocery money should go.
But you have to make it make sense, right? For me,
make it make sense.
I eat out. whether I buy for myself or buy my lady, like I always try to find something that I like, of course, but there's a lot of buy one, get one free on Reese, for instance.
Oh,
So buy one, you get something for free. So usually buy myself something and I have something for the next day at least.
oh, that's pretty cool.
You know what I'm saying? So that's just something that a strategy that I like to
Well,
do.
that's what I'm
But
saying, right? There you go.
but but if you're eating out and you're buying groceries,
Then you're and if you can't afford that, then that's a big money. Then you're
you know,
wasting money.
even if you can't afford it, like, you
Uh,
know,
if you perfect episode to be talking about this, rich and wealthy, because if you're
that's
wealthy,
what yeah.
yeah, if you're wealthy,
So
it don't matter.
yeah, so the next one is personal phone charges on your company phone plan.
Personal phone charges?
So I think that maybe there might be some limitations that some certain companies have with their phone plans, maybe. And
Okay.
I guess it's just saying that I've actually seen it to where there's been charges for on a company phone because somebody did something or bought something or was on, I think actually the guy was on some chat line and some paid chat line on the company phone.
Interesting.
And so the company got the charge, and so they
Oh,
ended
okay.
up
Because maybe like if the phone is connected to their company credit card or the account, and you trying to
yes,
use it up, thinking you get okay, that makes sense. Sure.
yeah. Um, Forgotten gym memberships.
Yup.
Yeah.
Or not forgotten and just not used and not canceled.
Something. And then
Oh my god.
this is interesting too. This is the last one, but this says phantom electricity from devices left plugged in
Oh
when
yeah.
not using.
Oh yeah.
So you leave your toaster plugged in, you leave your
That's
coffee machine plugged
that's
in.
right.
You're not using the air fryer stays plugged in. Those are pulling a lot of
I knew somebody that unplugged everything that wasn't necessary to be plugged in. When they needed it, they plugged it in.
yep. Yeah,
And
I know somebody like that too, man.
yeah, it
Yeah,
makes
and
sense. If you need to save the money, if you're trying to find a place to save money,
yeah,
that's a good one. We talked about that on one of these earlier shows, like how to save
yep,
money and how to stretch a dollar and da, da, da. Like,
yep,
yeah, that's a good one. That's definitely because you think about it, yeah, and now it's even more so now because a lot of these freaking devices are connected to the internet. So not only
yep,
is it draining your electricity, it's draining your Wi-Fi bandwidth.
yep. Sure. That's what I have, man. What you got?
Oh, I have a since we were talking about the wildfires, I have oh gosh, where is the article? 'Cause at the end of the day, it
Yeah.
just I was curious about the cost of it all, right? So they estimate that this is gonna cost 250 to 275 billion with a B dollars because of damages, and they're already like a ton of structures that have been burned down. Thank God there's only been, I mean, one is too much, but the death tolls are relatively low in comparison to the financial impact and the structural impact, of course. So I thought that was interesting. It said, like they talking about how much insurance companies is going to be like 30 billion to insurance company.
Speaking
There,
of insurance company, did you hear that Tyler Perry called out the insurance companies for canceling? I guess like I don't know if it was 2 months or 2 weeks before the fires happened. I, I think State Farm canceled millions of people's home insurance, house insurance, before the fires happened.
but is it malicious if they would have to have known that the fires are going to happen for it to be a malicious act?
That's a conspiracy theory. Like, I don't think that nobody can prove that it was malicious or anything like that. But he was just like saying, like,
No, I
just how
mean,
convenient
no, a bunch of them pulled out of California, period, because of
it
that.
is.
So it was more than them. It was more than that one. But no, the same thing happened in Florida. There's a bunch of companies that pulled out of Florida because of the flooding and the hurricane. Like they're like, yo, it's cost too much. I'm not doing it there anymore. Their insurance companies is a business at the end of the day.
Yeah,
They're
they
they're
got to
in
do what's
business
good
to
for
make
business.
they're in business to make money, not to give it away. So this is what I'm saying. Business ethics is an oxymoron. So people get all hurt. Oh my God. It's a business at the end of it. It's not for profit. It's not government funded. It's people pay insurance and people take from insurance. You take more than you friggin' pay in, they're bankrupt. They ain't got no more money. They're not in business anymore.
That's true.
So, you know, you know, after they got the shoes, whoever did it seems like a genius because they pulled out right before $1 billion hit.
Mhm.
Right?
Yes.
Now my conspiracy mind starts going. It's like, wait a minute,
Yeah.
y'all pulled out 10 days before this fire started?
Yeah.
That's real convenient. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Now, so but at the end of the day, after the fact, if they pull out, oh, that's just sound business. Like, yo, we just lost $30 billion. I'm good. I don't want to insure fires anymore. Thanks anyway.
Yep.
It's really that's it. So, but yeah, the court. So, anywho, talking about money. We're going to share some definitions of rich and wealthy, some things that we found and very interesting. But before that, we got to pay the bills. And if you're tired of messy timesheets and punching in and your time clock software solution at your job is crappy, shout out to Time Track Go. They're an intuitive solution that makes punching in easier, PTO
Mhm.
easier for you, okay? But don't take our word for it. Their customers have ranked them 4.7 out of 5 on Capterra, and they've been awarded badges for best ease of use and badges for best customer support. Now, some of their customers are saying great value, best clock-in app on the market, great time clock for the modern office, intuitive and efficient, simple to use and price right, and customer support is awesome.
That's great stuff there, man. So to learn more about a simply better solution for time tracking, real-time reporting, PTO automation, payroll integrations, and more, visit www.timetrackgo.com. That's TIMETRAK go.com and start your 14-day free trial today. Let's go.
Let's go.
Get it. Let's get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see you talk, you're more talking about, wealthy versus rich.
It's a money show.
I'm more so talking about what it means to be my definition of rich.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a little bit, coming from a little bit different. So I appreciate that.
For
So
sure.
why don't you go ahead and get started?
Absolutely. So I found a cool article that defined rich, and they say, and it's by SoFi.com, and they said, if you look up rich in a dictionary, the most common definition centers around what a person has. Someone who's rich has a lot of possessions and material wealth. So a rich celebrity or a social media influencer, for example, might have a lot of homes, cars, jewelry, etc. They may spend a lot of time jet setting around the world, partying with other rich people. When discussing what it means to be wealthy versus rich, it's easy to assume they're similar. Both rich people and wealthy people may maintain a lifestyle that's posh and out of reach for the average person. The distinction between wealthy and rich is that wealth is more sustainable and lasting than some riches. There are different ways to measure wealth. The Census Bureau, for instance, uses net worth to estimate the wealth of American households. Net worth is the difference between your assets and your liabilities, what you own and what you owe versus what you owe. Someone who is wealthy may prioritize accumulating assets that produce income or appreciate in value over time while limiting their exposure to debt. So if you've listened to the show, you hear me say a lot, rich people take their money and put it to work for them. Instead of, I want a new car and I want a bigger this and I want new Jordans and I want a big TV and whatever, they say, you know what? No. I'm going to go ahead and invest this, or I'm going to, flip this, and whatever the case may be, they're putting their money out there to work for them. I liked what one of the things it said, wealthy people may enjoy much higher incomes than everyday people, not this part. So basically, wealthy people spend less than they earn. Right? It goes into now, some people are born into wealth. Some people build their fortunes on their own. They talk about new money versus old money. New money's earned while old money's passed down, is generational. Many of the wealthiest individuals are well-known business owners or investors. Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates. What's my boy? What's the guy? I can't for the investor. I can't believe I forgot his name right now. Anywho, Mark Zuckerberg, et cetera, et cetera. But again, what I take away from all this is that where is it? Here we go. Wealthy folks spend less than they earn, whereas poor and middle class spend more than they earn. And that's why we get stuck in that poor or middle class bucket.
We're talking about David John?
No, the guy Berkshire Hathaway.
Oh, man, his name is right here.
I can't believe I forgot his name. Warren Buffett.
Yes.
Warren Buffett.
Yes.
And he has a partner. Nobody knows his partner's name, but he has a partner. Like, people forget about that. He's the more popular one. But anyway, and then I wish there was a way I knew how to, folks, we got to get better with production because I want to share this Chris Rock. I found the exact clip from Chris Rock's stand-up. It's going to be in the show notes. You click it and have fun and watch it. It's funny. But he talks about rich versus wealthy. And, it's funny because it's dated, right? He said, because at the time, he said if Bill Gates woke up with Oprah's money, he'd jump out of a window. Oprah now is wealthy. She is a billionaire. But at the time of this stand-up comedy skit that Chris Rock did, she wasn't a billionaire yet. You know what I mean? So he's like, if Bill Gates woke up with Oprah's money, he'd jump out the window because he was comparing wealth to rich. Bill Gates is wealthy. At the time, Oprah was just rich. Now she's wealthy. So, and I like the definition, how the article compares rich versus wealthy, and Chris Rock does a great way of defining. At the time, Shaq was not wealthy. He is now, but at the time he wasn't, and he used Shaq as an example. So it doesn't age. It hasn't aged well, but at the time he said Shaq is rich. The guy who writes his check is wealthy, right? So, and then, the other quote that I always try to remember, he says, you can blow being rich on a summer and a bad drug habit. So, again, it's a great clip for Chris Rock, and he kind of goes into his little rant of rich versus wealthy. Yeah, that's what I got. What do you got for us?
So I'm coming from a little different perspective here, right? So I was thinking more so on my definition of rich, right? And I focus mainly on that for the episode. So I just have 5 different pointers that we can debate some of those and talk about those here. But number 1, being rich can mean having some assets or certain access. That's what I think of being rich and stuff. And being rich can mean that, you're more likely to dine where you want, to travel where you want, and or live where you want. Right? And being rich means you can provide the necessities for yourself and or your family or loved ones without much struggle. Right? Money is not really an issue for you when you're rich. Number 4 is debatable, right? Being rich is a mindset.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is, somebody out there might come see where you live, Brian, or see where I live. Think, oh, you're rich, Brian.
You're rich. Yeah.
You're rich. You're rich. Well, but to us, we feel like, I don't know. I can see for myself. I'm like, man, I could use some more money.
Hell yeah. I think we speak for both of us. We're middle class, paycheck to paycheck. Like, just we're trying to get rich. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and look, my last
Well,
one
rich
here.
in finances because we are
Richard
both
finance.
rich in all the other things. Yeah.
Yes, being rich doesn't mean you have low money either.
Well, it doesn't have to mean you have. It doesn't only mean it's one of the
Doesn't doesn't
meanings.
doesn't
Yeah.
doesn't well, when I say being rich, you could have you could have lots of properties and not lots of money. You know,
But now
maybe
you're
worth some
talking
money,
liquid as opposed to
but it's just
not.
it's still true. You may not have loads of money that you have that you unless you sell stuff and
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's
values can
it's your
change and stuff
liquidity.
like that
Yeah, that's
at different
liquidity.
times. So that's what I meant by that. It's just
Got you.
you may not be just sitting on a bunch of boatload of money that you could just go. Oh, I'm just gonna go this card and stuff like
Right.
that.
You're
You
not
know,
liquid.
are
On
you check
paper,
as are you?
you're on paper rich, but
Yes,
not
yes,
can't just go do whatever you want to do all the time.
yes. And so and then I have some statistics here
Yeah, I like that.
about the wealth in the U.S. versus the rest of the world, right? So the median wealth per person in the United States is around 112,000, which is 14th a month amongst wealthy countries.
Damn. We ain't even shit. We ain't even we ain't even in the top 10 US. Golly. We are
But
not the richest country in the world, apparently.
hold on. There's some good stats here.
Oh,
The
okay, okay.
U.S. has almost 31% of the world's total household wealth. Now, a lot
Oh,
of that may
okay.
come from the 1% or
So
those upper high
that's
earners and
okay,
stuff
so
like
that's
that.
why. All right, got you.
So we have almost a third of the
The
world's
whole
total
world's wealth.
household wealth.
Right. So
That means
that's why. Okay, gotcha.
that it means a lot of Americans are doing better than our counterparts in different countries,
Mm-hmm.
even though it may not feel like it right now. The US has substantially higher wealth per capita than other countries. And
Okay.
then lastly, the number of millionaires in the US is we have almost 40% of the world's millionaires.
Damn.
So that's
Well,
that's
the other 60% are in Dubai with all the prince of oil. It's
yep.
all them running around the
Yeah.
blinging out, no doubt.
So there is wealth in here in America for you listening, for even for Brian and I. That's what we want to chase those things, but not just for ourselves. I know for me, I can speak for me. Yes, it'd be nice to have a nice, nest egg and stuff like that to leave my loved
Financial
ones and stuff
freedom.
like that.
I don't
Financial freedom.
yeah, the number for that is different for everybody, right? Like it's
Yeah.
for me, it's not, oh, I need X amount. Nope. I just want financial freedom.
And so look, whatever that is for you, do your best to find that, especially with this ever changing world and these new technologies, these new things that are
Oh
coming
yeah.
out.
There's no excuse anymore. There's no
Nope.
excuse. Like my boy Gary V says, you can get rich off of your cell phone. You stuck on your phone,
Yeah.
make it work for you. Make money
But
off of it. Like there's really no excuse
we're
to
just
the
waiting for
point.
one viral moment to
Yeah, to
happen.
the point that people are honestly too lazy, I think.
Too distracted,
Too
too lazy,
distracted, too comfortable, too complacent, you
too
know,
scared.
for sure. There are definitely some folks that are scared.
Some people don't want these spotlight on them, right? Like
Yeah.
they consider that exposure, like, oh my God, like I'm gonna be in front of people, or people expose my life to
You don't
people.
necessarily no, that's not true. You don't there's ways to I just thought about it the other day. I was looking at I was scrolling and I was looking at somebody's page, but it wasn't their page, right?
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, wait a minute." Like the Myron Golden ones that we find. Somebody else is building pages with his clips.
Yeah. Yeah. And they're probably
You don't have to
they're usually
expose
posting
anything.
that.
Right. You don't have to
Yeah.
expose anything.
That's a different way, but I'm just saying it's some mindset for some people. But you're
Mhm.
right. Some mindset for some people.
Yeah, you
Look,
could be hidden.
you could put your feet on feet finder and I show
There
any
you
part of your
go.
body.
Oh my gosh. He goes, "What with the OnlyFans?"
I didn't look at that, but basically, I guess you
Yep.
don't have to show your face.
No, you could just do feet. No doubt. Oh my gosh! Speaking of OnlyFans, I saw an article, a post of some WNBA player who retired and is doing OnlyFans full time. She says if the article is accurate, she's
Mhm.
made more in OnlyFans in
I believe it.
all the years that she played
I,
at WNBA.
I believe it.
Yeah, I do too, for
I believe
sure.
it.
So yeah, I mean, look,
Those that falls into those subscriptions that people have. They're just
they ain't forgetting about that one though. They know good
what?
and well they burning up the screen with that one. What I do like, I just want to go back again. I'm stuck on the n- net worth is the difference between what you own minus what you owe,
yeah,
right? What was my point? I think my point is like that is the wealth piece, right?
yeah.
Because the opposite could, like, you know what got me thinking about it when you said, oh, you could be riches in like houses and all that and da, da, da. Yes, but you could. Or I guess my point was to point out like, yeah, you could own buildings, houses, amazing things on paper,
Mhm.
but if you are barely keeping up with it, guess what? You broke like everybody else.
Yeah, I just took that statement and put it in Google, and this is what the key points that it said, right? It gave a formula. It
Oh,
said net worth
mm-hmm,
equals assets
mm-hmm.
minus liabilities.
Yep.
Then it says you have positive net worth, which it indicates that you have more assets
Mm-hmm.
than liabilities. If
Yep.
you have negative net worth, it's the other way around. You
More
have more
liabilities than assets.
liabilities
That's
than
right.
assets, which a lot of people who live paycheck to paycheck fall into, right? You
Think
have more debt.
think about when we had Tabitha on the show and she taught
Mhm.
us like how Tabitha Brown, by the way, and she taught us how like how many actors are broke. Like how many
Yeah.
actors don't make money like that. It's like the percentage of the top that are, you know, making all the money and how or used to. I think streaming is definitely changing the game. But just to get, thinking about that, like, people think, oh, they must be rich. Well, they may look rich, but they could be paycheck to paycheck also. You know what
Yep.
I mean?
It's very true. A lot of them say that. A lot of them say that they struggled and they're even though they were in big movies,
Yeah.
blockbuster movies, that they didn't make a
Athletes.
lot of money.
That's right. Athletes that made all this money, blew it all. I mean, I was
Mhm.
listening to something on the other day about an athlete that was like, "Oh yeah, I took everybody with me to this, or I took my whole hood somewhere and whatever." And like after a while, they're like, "Wait a minute, I'm running out of money here." I think MC
Mhm.
Hammer is like one of the best examples of that because he used to literally like his whole entourage or whatever. But anywho, just
There, there are lots of people, bro.
it's a great conversation. It's a great like perspective to kind of wrap your head around and be like, wait a minute, you know,
Wow, there are lots of athletes, well-known athletes.
that
If
are
I said
broke.
their name, Mike Tyson. They said
Oh
that
hell yeah.
he earned estimated 400 million over his career. That filed for bankruptcy in 2003.
Yep. That's right. That's right. So athletes, I think, is a big one. Movie stars for sure too. Rap artists, music artists. You know. So yeah, there's it. You want to be more like, well, I can't even say, I don't know what 50's net worth is, but he's definitely, or like we don't really know what these folks they look like they're making good decisions. 50 Cent, Curtis Jackson looks like he is making all the right moves to get to that wealth level, right? Because he does so much things beyond music to get the bag, right? And that's what you should be. You should diversify your investments, so you're not, just one thing. A common statement that we read all the time is salary is a drug. Getting a paycheck from a company is just a drug that kind of keeps you hooked on that comfort, and it's fine for who it's fine if that's good for you. That's good for you. Like I said the last time on the show, I talked to a family member recently. He's like, I don't do the risky things. So I may never be rich, but I will never be broke.
Yep.
So like you can't argue with that. I'm like, oh shit, hey, you're right.
You can still have a pretty darn good life
That's right.
without being rich or wealthy.
The key to that, spend less than you earn though, right? No matter what, you want a good life at any dollar amount, spend
Yeah.
less than you earn.
Yeah.
So to cap this show off today for you folks, we got a conversation. Question of the day is, do you think following what do you got? What do you got? Do you think the following is a truth or perception? Rich or wealthy people seem to be given grace and gifts more freely. Yeah. Yeah, I
Looks
think
perfect.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely true. Yeah. Yeah, because for I was at first when I read it, right, I was like, "Oh, that's only celebrities." No, not so.
Mm.
Because think about it. I just one of my favorite showies, one of my favorite podcasts is called T-Boy, the best one yet. And Nick and Jack, I believe the hosts. I love these guys. They're super animated. They got a quick show. They hit you with 3 good friggin' stories, business stories.
Mhm.
But
Yep.
anywho, they reported on Bentley or Rolls Royce or Bentley, one of those, is now going into custom cars. You can literally design your car
Wow.
from from scratch. This is not an assembly line car that you're gonna design. I'm sure they're gonna have some limitations. The point is, it's by invite only. So me and you cannot call them and be like, "Hey, I want to mess around and design a." Nope. It's by invite only. They already know who the rich people are that they're gonna invite to these things. So yeah, they get more rich people get more access, they get more gifts because there's a return on the investment,
Yeah.
right? I'm rich. People are gonna give me things because they want me to go and spend money back on that company.
You think it's almost for them, it's almost like an investment or something? Like,
Absolutely.
oh,
That's for the company. Absolutely.
put it put it in your face with my business and people are gonna, oh, you know, rich guy went over there, rich lady went over there, and rich person went over there. And so let me go check it out because they did.
That's a byproduct.
Mhm.
That's a byproduct, right? Because if I know you're rich, I'm gonna send you a sample of something that I have
Yep.
because I know that I have a better chance at you spending money on my company than I
Yes.
send this to somebody who I know can't afford it or is in the middle class or poor class.
I don't want anybody to don't lay away wanting to buy it
I want them to
outright.
buy it. That's right. Right. The other,
Yeah.
if then for the middle and the poor, we do commercials, and then they
Yes.
do right. Then you're gonna follow this rich person that I'm paying to be my spokesperson because you love this athlete, Tom Brady. Does
Mhm.
this, so I'm gonna do that too. I love Tom Brady. You know what I
So,
mean?
so we're speaking to the gifts part of it, but do you feel like they're giving more grace to?
Yeah, yeah. The hospitals, these rich people build wings at hospitals.
Yep.
When they roll up, they're getting a room.
Yeah.
They're getting medical service.
Yeah. They donate a
There's
lot of money.
yeah. Then ain't nobody. Oh, let me get your insurance card and let me. They're gonna be like, oh my gosh, Mr. Brady, right
Oh,
this
yeah.
way.
That's Brian Escobar.
Mr.
Yep.
Buck, that's right. This is Mr. Duncan, right this way. Right, right this
Yep.
way, sir. Boom. Your wing is waiting. Your room is waiting. They keep empty rooms for them.
Yeah.
So heck yeah, is it right? Nope. Business ethics is an oxymoron.
He said that on the show too. Yep.
Hmm.
True, man. Ethical
So
considerations.
that's where, yeah, are you kidding me? That's why, like they always say that. It's like, why do these rich people get all the swag? Have you seen? You ever watch Entourage? They do it in
Yeah.
other shows too,
Yeah.
but Entourage. Oh, I could watch that again. I'm like rewatching old HBO shows that I love.
Nice, bro.
So you
I'm
see
about
it.
to get back on next.
Oh yeah, and they got like his origin story as a
Yeah.
kid. They tried to do a thing. Anywho, the original one is the shiznle though.
Yeah.
Um, But yeah, you see it on TV where these actors and people, they go to the swag lounge and they're just getting watches and getting phones see,
Yep.
celebrities is different because they may not actually buy the product, but they're going to use the product, and they hope that the paparazzi catches them with the watch on, and the
Yeah.
paparazzi catches them with their hat on, and it gets into
Remember.
the news. And oh, look, this one, Tom Brady was wearing this and wearing that. You know what I mean? So that's why they get it. If you're in the public
Yeah.
limelight and the public eye, you're gonna get a ton of free shit.
That's true.
Free Pelotons, you know what I mean?
Yep. Free time board.
Yep.
Yep. All right, man. Good stuff. You guys keep watching. Check us out. We got some exciting news coming. We're going to be live on Fridays.
Yes. Specifically for this show, we're going to be every Friday. Somebody's going to have a chance to win cash money to Amazon, not cash money, but Amazon gift cards. It's like cash, right? Might as well be cash. I'm surprised Amazon don't have its own cryptocurrency now, like its own thing, or you know what I mean?
This way.
It's coming now. So, but yes, we're gonna be giving away. We're looking to help folks out. We need some engagement. We want to help on your questions on your paycheck. That we could do it anonymously. There'll be ways to ask the questions anonymously so that you don't get trouble at work. And oh, these employees are complaining. Nope, we'll help you. You know, what is it? What are the questions? How can we help? Every Friday, look out for the posts on things, and we're mainly Facebook. Yeah, we gotta have to put that post everywhere, right? But it'll be on TikTok. We'll be live on TikTok, and then we might be able to take some engagement in different manners, like LinkedIn or email. We'll have our email open, right? So we'll shout out the email and the different ways that you can engage. Look out for the posts on LinkedIn and Facebook, and everywhere. We're gonna start posting it everywhere we can. And if you're not following us already, follow us. We're on YouTube, we're on Facebook, we're on LinkedIn, we're on TikTok, respectively, on our own profiles. What else? A bunch of places. So start tuning in every Friday. Get some questions answered. Win some money. Come on through.
Yep. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Peace. We love you.
Peace.
Before we sign off, here are a couple quick things. Don't forget to follow It's About Payroll on LinkedIn and It's About Your Paycheck on Facebook and TikTok.
Thank you for being part of our payroll community, and thank you for being a part of this journey with us. Until the next time, keep learning, keep growing, and most importantly, keep going.